Hello and welcome to Intin Pure Living. In this video, we will talk about how to care for your syngoniums or the arrowhead plants. Here we have 6 different varieties of syngoniums. This is the green syngonium. We have the white syngonium here. This one here is the pink syngonium. It's the butterfly syngonium. Then we have pink line syngonium. This one here, the brown syngonium. All varieties of syngonium have almost the same care tips. The things we will talk about one syngonium will apply to all the other varieties of syngonium. Syngonium or the goosefoot or the arrowhead is considered a lucky plant in Feng Shui. According to Feng Shui, if you have syngonium at your place, then it will help to reduce stress, anxiety, and helps maintain the peace. Syngonium also has air purifying properties as it helps in the reduction of air pollutants such as benzene, xylene, formaldehyde, and toluene, thus making the indoor air healthy. If you see here, we have grouped these syngoniums very close to each other, and there is one in the hanging planter as well. They are vines that love to climb. Though these syngoniums can survive in low to medium light, but if you can give them bright indirect sunlight, then they will be bushier and not as leggy as this one here. And secondly, it will help maintain the colors and the variegations of the syngonium, which will otherwise be lost in low light. So during winters or the colder season, you should move it to a warmer spot, but you should not place it right next to the heater. These plants are native to South America and they love high humidity. They prefer places with high humidity, so if your place is as dry as mine, then you should mist your syngonium once or twice a week or every alternate day depending upon how dry the air is. Or group them together, or you can use a humidifier, or you can use a pebble tray. If you're using pebble tray, then always remember that the pot should never be in direct contact with water. It should always be on top of the pebbles and not on top of water. Otherwise, the roots of the syngonium will start to rot, eventually killing the plant. Syngonium or the arrowhead plants are a little toxic to pets and children, so you should always keep them out of their reach. You can plant it in a hanging planter like this one here, so they will be a little out of your pet's or your child's reach. It can cause moderate to severe toxicity if the sap is ingested, leading to stomach pain, vomiting, diarrhea, and skin irritation. You should regularly wipe the leaves of your syngonium with a damp cloth, as that will help the plant to soak up as much light as possible, and secondly will help in the process of photosynthesis as well, which in turn helps to maintain the color and the variegation on this plant. Look at the dust that had accumulated on the leaves, thus hindering the process of photosynthesis and also interfering with the soaking of the light. Browning of the edges, tips, and drooping of the leaves like this one here are all signs of dry air and low humidity. In this white syngonium as well, the tips and the edges of the leaves are all browning, hence indicating dry air. In this pink syngonium, this leaf has turned yellow and has started to get mushy. This happens mostly due to overwatering. All the leaves are curling and twisting and drooping. That mostly happens due to the underwatering of the plant. So here, we will have to follow a regulated regime of watering for this plant. If you notice, the soil here, it's not moist, it's soggy. Syngoniums do not prefer soggy soil. They prefer moist soil, so water only when top 2 inches of soil has dried out. This pink line syngonium seems to be healthy and it does not seem to have a lot of problems. It appears that a regulated watering schedule has been followed for this plant. A few leaves appear to be drooping though. That can be corrected by not forgetting to water it when it's time to water it. In this butterfly syngonium, if you notice this leaf here, then it has started to get infested by the leaf spot disease. And here, this stem is getting mushy and this leaf here has become mushy. All of this indicates towards the overwatering of the plant. If you notice the edges of the leaves here, they have started to turn brown. Browning of the edges of the leaves usually happens because of the underwatering of the plant. In this green syngonium here, a lot of browning of the edges is happening. Hence, it can be concluded that it has been underwatered. Yellowing of the leaves has also started here, which mainly occurs from the overwatering of the plant. A lot of leaves are wilting and drooping. That usually happens again because of the underwatering of the plant. So all the symptoms point towards just one problem, that is the irregularity in the watering of this plant. If you notice these yellow leaves down here, they have fallen off this plant. So if the older growth is yellowing and falling off, then it's natural, as it is making way for the younger foliage. But if the younger leaves are yellowing and falling off, then it's an overwatering issue. But here it's happening naturally, so you just have to prune these off. And prune off the leaves that are not very healthy. In this green syngonium here, a lot of browning of the edges is happening. Hence, it can be concluded that it has been underwatered for an extended period. In white syngonium, the edges have turned brown, which is a sign of dry air and underwatering. The older foliage looks fine in this one, but the younger foliage down here is turning yellow. Again, that is a sign of overwatering. If you notice the soil here in white syngonium, then it's not moist but soggy. And also it seems too dense and too clayey as well, which does not let the water to drain out easily. The roots won't be able to breathe in this, and for syngonium's healthy growth, it's important to have a well-draining soil mix, and you can also add perlite to it to enhance the drainage. And this applies to all the varieties of syngonium. So, this plant has been in a waterlogged soil for a very long time now, and the type of soil used also doesn't seem to work very well for this syngonium. Therefore, it is time to change the soil mix and repot the syngonium. In case of this white syngonium, if you notice, the plant has been root bound and has outgrown the pot. By root bound, I mean the roots are no longer growing vertical or downwards, but in circles. And it will stay root bound like this. And if it will stay root bound like this for a long time, then the roots will start to rot, and we do not want that. So we will be repotting this into a new pot where the roots will have more space to grow vertical rather than growing in circles. And also the roots have started to brown here, but if you touch them, they are neither mushy nor they can be pulled off easily. So that means the roots have not started to rot yet. So we still have time to save this plant. So we'll have to repot this plant into another pot with good, well-draining soil mix. So I have one more white syngonium at my place. This one is a little older than the other one. And if you notice this leaf here, then you can see these brown spots lined with yellow rings here, hence indicating that it has been infested with the leaf spot disease. These spots can differ in size and shape. This disease is a fungal infection, and wherever the fungus is feeding, it leaves a brown spot behind lined with a yellow ring. You should not keep such plants that are infested by leaf spot disease near any other healthy house plants, otherwise their chances of infestation will increase as well. So there are a few ways to tackle this problem, like reduce the watering for the plant, as water or waterlogged soil gives fungus the best breeding grounds. So keep your soil moist but not soggy or wet. Never mist any plant with leaf spot disease, reason being the same as water gives it a good breeding ground, thus increasing the spread of this disease. And you can use natural pesticides like neem oil to treat it as well. If it is spreading vigorously, then you can cut off the leaves that have leaf spot disease. You can also repot this plant in a well-draining soil mix and in a pot with a drainage hole, so that the fungus will not have any breeding grounds in the form of waterlogged soil. Now here, this is that white syngonium which had the leaf spot disease. We have repotted this into a little wider pot with a well-draining soil mix. Let's water it and see how it's going to grow. As you can see, we have potted every variety of syngonium in a self-watering pot to maintain the moisture for syngonium's healthy growth. Do not fertilize them in winters, but fertilize them once in spring, once in early summer, and once in midsummer. I hope you will find these care tips useful and they'll help you grow your plant healthily.